Isso aí, boa noite, pessoal, tudo bem? Vamos começar aqui a transmissão ao vivo.
There you go.
Hey!
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. And I can hear myself there.
There we go.
Okay. And I can hear myself there. That's not good. You have those earplugs?
Let me get some.
Okay.
I realize I can't hear you. 1 second.
All right. Hello, Kleber. How are you doing, man? Good to have you here. Nathalia cannot see the chat, but if you have questions or comments, you just write here in the chat and then I'll talk to her, okay? It's very weird because I'm hearing myself. It's just bad. All right, we just waiting for Nathalia. She went there to get some earplugs just to end this echo thing. Let me explain some things to you guys in Portuguese. Primeiro nós vamos conversar um pouco em inglês, eu e a Nathalia. E aí depois a gente vai conversar um pouco em português, respondendo as perguntas de vocês. Tá legal? Kleber, como é que tá aí? Tá tendo eco para você também? Oriente. Good to have you here. Hey, Marcus.
I found them. There we go. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that we need headphones.
That's cool.
The problem is iPhone 7. Specific headphones that you need to use.
Wow, now it's much better. Can you hear me?
1 second.
Okay.
There, now I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you
good.
hear me?
Yes, I hear you
All right.
fine. I hear you fine. All right, we have I saw that, Leandro. You cannot see the chat, but I can. So if they have questions, I'll let you know, okay?
Okay.
So what we have here so far, the ones that are participating in the chat: Kleber, Alexandre Marques, Bianca Bahia, Bruno Souza, Leandro, Patricia, all these people here. That's good. It's very good. Okay, as I said, we are going to talk a little bit in English, okay? And then later, we are going to speak a little bit of Portuguese, if you still remember how to speak Portuguese.
I do. I do my best.
Well, we have Vanessa Fiuza, too. She's there watching.
Yes. That's my friend.
Yeah, I know.
She's like, I have to watch it. Send me the link. So I did.
Really cool. All right, guys, we have here Nathalia. For you who do not know her, she's Brazilian and she lives in the United States. She speaks fluent English now, right? I remember the first time I met Nathalia, she was, you prefer Natalia or Nathalia?
Oh, Nathalia. I hate when Americans pronounce my name with a T.
Because of the TH, right?
Yeah. I also have questions.
Oh, they're saying they can't hear you. Can you just turn up your volume a little bit?
Yep, definitely. Can you hear me better now?
I don't know. Well, I hear you fine. I don't know about them there. Can you guys hear Nathalia? Let me see that there. I hear you perfectly. She's saying your voice is too far. Oh, Bianca, just turn your volume up. Come on. Now, it is a little bit far, but maybe you can turn your volume up here a little bit on the Hangout. Can you do that? I don't know if that's even possible.
Let's see. Settings, maybe?
maybe.
Notification status. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's the iPhone, man.
Yeah, then you're gonna need to speak closer to the little mic there.
All right. Is this it? Do you hear me better now or no?
Yeah, but not so close.
All right.
And okay, and now you have it horizontal. Okay, here. Yes.
Is it better now?
Oh no, you're still
No.
crazy. You're still now.
That's
Okay, now yes. No.
There you go.
Now yes. Somebody said it's better now, but you speak like this. Okay, this distance here would be better.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So when I met you, you remember how old you were? Because you were very little.
I was so little. I was actually just thinking about that. I was probably 11, maybe younger, because I know I
Wow.
moved here when I was 12, turning 13. By that time, it had been a while that I knew you, so
Cool.
I was
Cool.
probably 11.
Very nice. People are asking here, where do you live now? So tell me a little bit about your place there, the place you live now. Because here in Rio, she used to live in Baja. Now she lives in the United States. What is the name of the city? Where do you live now?
So right now I'm living in Connecticut. It's pretty close to New York. I'm living in a small town called Fairfield. It's very suburban. There's not a lot of buildings, more houses, and the houses are pretty like far away from each other. It's very quiet here. Um, it's winter almost all the time.
Does
Right
it
now it's
snow
summer.
there?
Yes, it does snow here. A lot. Actually, um, it's very common here for us to get out of school because of the snow. Because it snows so much, the cars can't drive, and we usually get snowed in.
Nice. Kleber said he was there. He just came back from a trip to the United States, and I believe he was there in Fairfield, Kleber, or are you talking
Yep.
about New York? I think you were in New York. Um, but anyway, I have some questions here for you. So we're gonna talk a little bit in English here, so people can hear your English. You know, and if people have questions in English, they can ask them there too. And then later we're gonna speak in Portuguese. You just finished school, right?
I'm about to. I'm going to my last year of school,
Mm,
of
nice.
high school.
So you were 12, 11, 12 when you moved to the United States. How was this transition, you know, from Brazil and then to the United States? Because I believe you did not speak English back then, did you?
Nope. I knew how to say hi, bye. I could I don't know if you remember, but I could sing some
Yes,
English
I
songs
remember.
because of TV. Now looking back, I had really strong accent, but pretty impressed at how I could pronounce the words. But no, I think the hardest part for me about the language barrier was school. Um, People would come up to me and I would say what I knew, like, hi, how are you? But then they would actually think that I knew what I was saying and just start conversations with me, and I would be completely lost. I know I came into the sixth grade. They had to hold me back because first off, the school year is different in Brazil because the summer and here and there is in opposite times. So I was just like older than everybody in my grade, and I didn't speak English. So I was not only a newbie, I just was completely new to everything. Um, but you know, I was young, so kids were very nice. They were very patient with me. I used to have to use Google Translate to speak to my friends. Sometimes that didn't work because you know how Google Translate is. Uh, it will literally it will say things wrong. Like
So
an
hold on a
example that
minute. Hold on a minute. You would talk to your friends using Google Translator on your
yes.
smartphone.
Mhm.
You see, guys. So that's how she communicated at first using Google Translator there. Wow,
Yeah.
really cool. Really cool.
They would text me and I would have to translate the text, then write what I wanted, translate what I wanted to say, send it to them, and it was still like a barrier because Google is not always correct. But
Hmm.
my friends were very patient. They always like try to listen and try to, you know, if Google Translate didn't work, then we'd have to use some miming skills, and that's that.
Really nice. Really nice. But okay. And then how did you learn then? Because you said you had a kind of an interpreter there to help you. But then how can you say, like, when things really changed, right? When you started noticing some changes there, and then you started having some communication and making some friends.
I guess it would help me a lot was actually the music I used to listen to, because I would sing like Disney Channel songs, and I would see like the translation to them, and I'd notice that, oh, I recognize that word she said, so let me go on the song, and I would check out the songs.
Really cool.
But in school they give you, if you don't speak English, they give you ESL or ELL, which is English Learning Language. It's basically an English class, and instead of
Mm-hmm.
going to Spanish, which is what the usual student here does, you go to that. Honestly, that didn't help me a lot. I
Interesting. I was going to ask you that. So we have this ESL. It's English
learning
language
like
for
yeah,
learning
English
language.
learning language. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Classes. But you're saying these classes didn't help you much. Well, they helped you, but they didn't. They were not like the, like, I can say, like the watershed
The
in your.
Yeah, they were on the turning point. I feel like, honestly, um, I didn't really like much the teacher that I had for English learning language class. She
A
treated
little
me
bit.
like
Speak
a.
a little bit closer. Closer. People
All
are
right,
still
sorry.
talking, saying it.
She my
Okay,
the
good.
teacher that I had, she treated me like a baby, and I've always wanted to, like, even when I was younger, I think it was worse. I was always this girl like, oh my god, I don't need your help. Like, I can do this. Like, I will learn on my own. It's better than you like talking to me like that. You know, I think she would like spell out words to me like dog, cat, and I'd be like, I know what that is, and she would teach me the things that I already knew, so I would be like stuck. And then I also had my, at the time, neighbor was Brazilian, and I'd have him translate for me, and at some point I just got tired of him too because he wasn't patient with me. So I basically dropped everything that people were giving me to help me out, and I was just like, I'm gonna do this on my own. And I think that's how I actually learned, believe it or not. Listening and listening and listening over again. At some point you just have to get it, because you have to communicate yourself to understand what people are saying. And if you think about it, babies don't actually they aren't born being able to speak. They learn by listening, and I feel like that's the easiest way to learn any other language.
Wow,
That's
really,
that's what I believe.
yeah, really nice. Because that when you decided, like, it was pretty much like me. When you decided you wanted to learn, like, I'm gonna, I'm gonna do this by myself. I'm gonna just, do what I want to do. The things I like to do to learn English, and that's when you felt things really changed,
Hmm.
right?
Yep, that's exactly it. And actually, it's funny that I'm thinking about it right now because I never realized it until I was speaking about it. So this is cool. Yeah.
We have there are a lot of Brazilians there where you live, right?
Hmm. Yes. The neighboring town to Fairfield is Bridgeport, and we have a really big Brazilian community. I don't know exactly like the exact numbers, but there's Brazilian stores around here. You can go to buy stuff that you wouldn't normally find at a supermarket. There's Brazilian
Hmm.
churches. There's a
So you
lot
can
of
you can go by there
things.
without speaking English.
Yeah, definitely. And that's usually where most of Brazilians go to work if they just moved to America. It's easier for them to work there.
Hmm. Nice, nice. Um, but you, in your case, I think because of your
Hmm.
age, you had to learn English, right? Because you want to go
Yeah.
to university later, and
Yep.
maybe get a job in another city, or I don't know what kind of motivated you to learn English. Because I know you've always liked it, right? But
Hmm. Hmm.
what really, was that pushed you to do it?
I was a child, and I really just like watched the American movies, and I was like, I got here and I was like, wow, it's everything the same. And I wanted to enjoy, like, I don't want to be cheesy, but
Really
I
nice.
wanted to enjoy what they call like the American dream, you know what I mean? I wanted to
Mhm.
be able, and I wanted to be able to understand, like, in class, because I didn't want people to think that I was stupid, because even math is different here, you know. That's weird. That was super weird for me. They do their equations upside down. It's crazy, the like how a language can like really affect something, even numbers. And so I was tired of like getting lower grades because of this barrier, and I was like, I'm tired of like, I don't want people to think I'm stupid, because I know I'm not, you know. So I really went for it.
Nice. People are asking here, actually, Leandro is asking you if you speak Portuguese, if you speak in Portuguese or in English at home.
Oh, Portuguese. Whoops, Portuguese for sure. My parents, okay, my dad's English is actually very good at right now, but it wasn't always like this, and my mom is still getting there. So also, like, my parents really love for us to keep our original language, our native language at home. So that's what we do. I would never like to lose that part of me.
Nice. And is that the only place you practice your Portuguese, or you use Portuguese any place, I don't know, any other place?
Oh, definitely not. I go to church, this Brazilian church, every Sunday morning, and it's everybody's Brazilian. It's a Brazilian church. I There's like two Americans that go there, and they like use the translation, but everything is in Portuguese. The service is in Portuguese. I sing every Sunday too, so I have to sing in Portuguese.
Oh,
My life is
nice.
surrounded by Brazilians.
Nice. Um, okay, let me see here. Has she already worried about? Oh yeah, have you ever worried about your accent? Bianca Bahia is asking you.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm only reading.
it's okay. When I first moved here, actually, I used to get made fun of a lot for my accent, but I
Really?
feel like, yeah, really, I had no, but my accent was really strong. Right now, I don't really have much of an accent. Sometimes when I tell people I'm Brazilian, they're like, "Oh, really? I would have never known unless you told me," and that makes me so proud of myself. I watched videos from when I was like 6 months in, and I was fluent in Portuguese by 6 months, but the difference from now and then was my accent was very, very noticeable. Like, I remember this one word that people would always bug me about was hippopotamus, like the
Hmm.
animal. I don't know why I said that once, and every time people saw me, they'd be like, say that, please say it," and I'd be like, oh, come on, like,
And
leave
it
me
would,
alone.
and it would, and it would make fun of you just because.
Yes, because I couldn't say it, I couldn't pronounce it right. Once in a
Well,
while too,
just say hippo. That's fine.
yeah, hippo, like, honestly, but it was bad. Yeah, I used to do videos when I was little too on YouTube, and those are all private now. But yeah, I was listening to myself speak, and I was like, wow, it's kind of crazy how far I
Huge
could go.
difference, right?
Yeah.
How did you reduce your accent?
Honestly, I don't know. I think by practicing, first off, I think the easiest way to reduce an accent is to
Close
just,
the mic. The mic. Don't forget.
sorry.
Sorry, you
The
just have
I
to do
think
it.
it's all right. It's I think the easiest way to get rid of your accent is just by listening to the word over again and just repeating what the other person's saying and not what you read. I know Brazilians get here and they try to pronounce it as how they would read it in Portuguese, or they try to pronounce it as other Brazilians are saying. I feel like you should look to an American to help you out with that. I know certain words that I don't use a lot in my vocabulary right now. If my friends say it and I don't know what it is, or I just don't know how to pronounce it, I'm still like shy to say it. So I'll ask them to repeat it so that I can say it just like what they said it.
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. And
Yeah.
have you ever recorded yourself and then compared, or you have never done it? You just ask people to repeat, and then you just go polishing up your pronunciation as you go.
I just when you live around this a language, you just listen to something so many times that I feel like you just get used to it. Like, my accent just went away without me noticing, because you
Mhm.
unconsciously like try to repeat what others do and repeat what others are saying.
Yeah, I think that after some time you start noticing, the difference, and you see
Hmm.
that, that there is something wrong. There is something
Yeah.
wrong, and then you change it and then you change it and then you change it. But like you said, listening a lot and then speaking a lot, and then little by little you go trimming that up, you understand, and making that better, and then you're gonna sound pretty much like the people around you. Obviously you have to have good people around you, right? So then you speak
Yep.
good English there. People are asking you here, actually Bruno, what I was just asking you here, are you a singer?
I am a singer. That's funny that he asked that. Why the question? Is it my raspy voice?
Now I think you mentioned something about singing at a church,
Oh, at
and then
church, yes, that's
yeah.
right. I am,
um
I am.
I don't know if you understand. Do you understand this question, Alexander? I don't know if I understand this question. What do you want to live for? Maybe that's a
What a
maybe. Yeah, maybe
That's
that's.
deep.
I was going to say that. Maybe that's a very deep question, or maybe I didn't get it. And also, what advice would you give to people who want to live in the United States? I kind of
My
fixed his question there.
advice. My advice to people who want to come here is um, make sure you have everything set. You get all your papers, do all the process, and that you come with an open mind about the language barrier.
Hmm.
My biggest advice would be to don't be shy to speak English, because generally Americans here like actually very patient, and they'll wait for you to finish your sentence. They'll try to understand what you're saying, and they will be proud of you. Like they will be proud for you and with you once you like are trying to learn English. So definitely don't be shy to speak, because I feel like that's like the worst fear for everybody. They get here and they might like know a little bit and they might know what you're saying, but they'll be afraid to speak back because they're like, oh, I'm gonna say that wrong. They're gonna make fun of me. So
Yes.
don't be shy.
They think people are going to talk to them just like people talk on CNN, for example.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't that doesn't happen, right? In reality,
Mm-hmm.
communication is totally different.
Yep, definitely. I was actually telling my mom that the other day. Something my Spanish teacher at school actually told us. Um, I actually have an advantage in Spanish because I speak Portuguese. So like, but I didn't realize what she said to me until I compared it to English, which was
I'm gonna bother you there again, just a little bit closer.
got it.
Okay.
Um, she was like, don't try to speak in English the way that you would speak in Portuguese,
Hmm.
but she said that about Spanish, so that's what I told my mom. Don't speak, um, don't try to speak in English the way you speak in Portuguese because you're not there yet. Use the words that you know. So instead of saying like a fancy word like hilarious, use funny. You know what I mean? Because that's what you know how to say. So you can
Perfect.
totally build a sentence that you would say in Portuguese in a fancier way in English and still be understood.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, use the words that you know that you're accustomed to using. And then once
Mhm.
you master them, you can go to something else. It doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
Like you don't master that thing, you don't master a certain vocabulary, and then you just want to learn more things.
Mhm.
So, and then use some difficult words that you're not accustomed to using. That's going to make your communication hard. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Stick to what you know at first, and then little by little, you're going to learn a lot of synonyms. Then you start using these synonyms and some other words here and there. But it is always that's what I always say here. It's one step at a time, right? You've been to New York several
Mhm.
times, right?
Many
You like
times. I
that
was actually
place?
there last weekend. I love New York. New York is one of my favorite
What do
places.
you what do you like about it? And don't forget about the mic.
Yeah. Um, what do I like about New York? I'm from Rio,
I'm
and the
sorry,
town that I
you
live.
have to do it like this because it's the thing that you just tried there did not work.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I realized that. No, I tried. Um, I'm from Rio, so the city that I'm living in right now, Fairfield, is like I said, very suburban. There's many houses, but it's nothing like a city. I'm a city girl. I always love like seeing buildings and going to the mall. And when I get to New York, I feel like it's like a little Rio for me. There's like the cars, the noise and the lights, and I love city. And there's really good shopping there. The city never sleeps, and you can go there anytime. It's just there's a lot of culture there too. I actually, for the first time, went to the MoMA Museum the other day. It was very interesting. I like modern art. I also
Yes.
went to the New York Library. There's such cool stuff there, actually. The story behind I know I was very interested, and I was very surprised that I was interested because you hear library and you hear like, oh, that's boring. Like, no, I really like it. I like discovering new things, trying new foods. There's many different cultures there. There's actually a street in New York that's called Little Brazil, and it's just like
Yes.
Little
I
Italy.
think I saw a picture there. I believe
Yes.
your mom posted it, or maybe it was you.
hmm I don't. It was probably me. I went to a restaurant there with my American friend and made her try all the Brazilian foods.
And
She loved
what
it.
do you and what do you miss about Brazil?
What I miss about Brazil? Oh, the hot weather all the time. Going to the beach whenever I wanted to. The beach here is not. I don't consider it a real beach. There's no waves. It's very quiet. I miss the people. Oh, obviously, I miss my family a lot. That's like the biggest thing. My family, because
Hmm.
most of my family is still there. Besides my immediate family, and but definitely the people, the culture here, the social culture here is very different. People in Brazil are more affectionate. We're always like we always party until late. We always hug each other when you see each other. Americans are more conservative, you know. I feel like I miss that a lot.
Okay, well, one more question here in English. Is it possible to become fluent in English without worrying about grammar? Yeah, that's the question. You
Well,
did not study grammar, right? You
I didn't. I did not.
Yeah,
And so yes, it is, and it will come naturally to you once you like live around it. Like my dad sometimes will ask me questions like, "How do I conjugate this?" And I'll be like, "Just tell me the sentence," and I'll translate it and say it to him because I wouldn't know how to explain it to him because I just know it, you know.
perfect.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I remember when I talked to a friend, American, and it was about present perfect, and I gave her several sentences, and then I asked her some grammar questions. Obviously, she did not know how to answer these questions because they don't. Nobody thinks about grammar before talking, right? You just do it.
mhm
We do this in
mhm
Portuguese. So I don't understand why that's the country of what we everybody does, to learn a language, and that's not how we learned Portuguese either. So I don't know why people just think that they need to get a grammar book to learn English. That doesn't,
yeah
well, if it is to study for TOEFL, maybe, right?
mhm
Um, all right, we're gonna speak on Portuguese now a little bit.
okay
Okay, eu tenho algumas perguntas aqui para você. É,
okay
Primeira pergunta aqui da Josiane. Talvez algumas perguntas sejam repetidas, mas é bom que você falou em
fala
inglês
em
antes.
português.
Yes. É, Da Josiane, ela é aluna. Em quanto tempo você se tornou fluente e o que fez a diferença no seu processo de aprendizado?
Em 6 meses eu conseguia me comunicar bem. Eu considero que eu era fluente já. Gente, meu português tá meio. Me desculpa
Relaxa.
aí. Não, 6 meses eu acho que eu já era fluente já. Tinha um sotaque bem forte, mas eu já conseguia me comunicar com as pessoas. E eu acho que o que me ajudou bastante foi a força de vontade quando eu não conseguia mais, eu não aguentava mais, não entender o que estava acontecendo ao meu redor, entende? E acho que isso que me puxou mesmo para aprender inglês.
Legal, legal. Interessante você falar de 6 meses. Eu sempre falo isso aqui para os meus alunos, que esse também foi o período que eu comecei a me comunicar mesmo com os americanos e tal. Mas é claro que foi uma situação totalmente diferente, mas só o tempo que foi, né? Porque foi muito tempo atrás e foi no início ainda da internet. Você nem lembra disso, né? Na conexão de escada. Acho que você nunca chegou a pegar isso. Você
Não.
chegou a pegar essa parte boa da internet. Mas imagina, é uma época sem smartphone, uma época com internet super lesma. E
Acho que
quando.
a última coisa que eu lembro de ser assim, que não tá mais aqui são as videocassete, né? Eu lembro do dia que meu
Isso.
pai entrou com o DVD e falou: a gente vai jogar isso tudo fora, porque agora a gente tá fazendo isso. E eu era pequena, eu ficava: o quê? Que é isso? Como assim? Foi a última coisa assim que eu considero que eu lembro.
Eu sou da época que o Google nem existia, cara. Assim, para fazer busca,
Nossa.
era outra coisa. Para você ter uma ideia da internet, a gente usava um buscador aqui chamado KD. Era, rapaz, e a internet não tinha a quantidade de informações que a gente tem hoje, né? Era complicadinho. Mas agora tá bem mais prático. Aqui, eu tenho uma outra pergunta para você da Marcele Baiense, também aluna. Qual foi a ferramenta que você mais utilizou para alcançar a fluência? Você usou, tipo, séries, livros, música? Você usou música, né, que você falou?
Música, bastante música. Ahn, Ajuda também se você vê séries em inglês com a tradução embaixo. Porque mesmo se não tiver certo assim ao pé da letra, se tiver meio ao pé da letra, você entende o contexto do que eles estão falando.
Uhum.
Depois que você ouve uma palavra muitas vezes e você lembra do que você leu, você fala, ah, isso é isso, entendeu? Você começa a conectar.
Mas como é que você fez com a música? Você pegava a letra e você ficava treinando lá? Porque você já canta, aí você ficava cantando, aí todo lugar que você ia ficava cantando a música.
Uhum. No Brasil eu cantava já elas sem saber o que elas eram. E quando
Uhum.
eu ouvia as pessoas falarem, uma coisa que eu falava assim, gente, isso tá aquela música. Aí eu lembrava o que a música falava. E então o que eu fazia, eu via a letra das músicas e eu ia lá no Vagalume e eu via a tradução dela para português. E antes mesmo de eu mudar para cá, eu sempre fiz isso para saber o que eu estava cantando, mas eu não sabia assim. Eu falava e não era tipo como eu tô falando em português agora, que você fala, você já sabe o que você tá falando. Então eu
Uhum.
via a tradução, aí quando eu cheguei aqui eu ouvia a pessoa falar, eu falava, já sei o que ela tá falando, por causa daquela música. Então é sempre bom a gente ver a tradução das coisas.
Legal, legal. E você teve no início aquele feeling, né? Aquela coisa de repente, você tá conversando com alguém, aí de repente vem um vocabulário, uma expressão do nada, aí depois você se pergunta, caramba, de onde que eu tirei isso? Aí talvez foi de uma música.
Uhum. A melhor experiência de todas foi, acho que foi depois de. Eu cheguei aqui na sexta série, na sétima série, eu tava uma vez andando de carro com meu pai. E começou a tocar uma música no rádio que eu ouvia lá no Brasil, bem, assim, velha, velha, né? Que eu não tinha ouvido mais. E eu ouvia a música e eu sabia tudo que a música tá falando. E eu olhei assim pro meu pai e eu falei, nossa. Ele falou, o quê? Eu falei, pai, eu cantava isso sem saber o que eu tava falando, mas agora eu tô entendendo tudo, assim como se a máscara tivesse caído, né? Que eu tava
Uhum.
entendendo. Foi assim uma experiência, eu lembro daquele dia como se fosse ontem. Porque foi muito engraçado, eu falava, gente, é isso que tá falando, eu sabia. E eu conseguia cantar as palavras, mas dessa vez eu saía as palavras assim e eu sabia o que eu tava falando. Foi muito estranho, é uma sensação assim muito estranha, mas foi bem
Muito
legal.
legal. O, uma coisa que os alunos sempre ficam falando aqui, eles acreditam também que as músicas que eles pegam, todas as músicas, eles têm que entender tudo. Mas não depende muito da música, depende de quem canta, não é isso?
Uhum. Uhum, claro. É, tem música também que não é um inglês correto, né? Como é que fala? A gente fala que é creative license or something like that.
Uhum.
Um, que você pode.
Aí eles
Tem
podem
música que
tudo.
não faz
Aí é um she
sentido. É,
don't, I
isso.
ain't, não sei o que, não é.
Eles põem o inglês errado para poder combinar com o que a música tá falando, entende? E
Uhum.
talvez não é correto. Então, você não pode. Como é que fala rely, gente? Estou aqui. Rely
Confiar,
depender
depender. Uhum.
do que você tá ouvindo na música. Sempre vê a tradução e procura saber se tá certo ou não.
Legal. A Bianca está perguntando qual é a cantora ou cantor que você ouvia aí para aprender inglês.
Ou o que eu ouvia, eu era bem pequena, então eu ouvia aquelas músicas da Disney mesmo, né? Os Jonas Brothers, a Demi Lovato, Hannah Montana.
Só coisa boa.
Só bom, só coisa boa.
Você viu o tom de sarcasmo aí na voz. Totally sarcastic.
Justin Bieber.
Não, eu não queria chegar lá, mas tá beleza.
Eu sabia, eu tava esperando você falar alguma coisa. Ali, ó, vou te mostrar uma coisa aqui. Ó.
Não, não mostra o pôster, que eu sei que você tem o pôster dele aí. Não,
Ali,
não
ai,
mostra o
olha lá,
pôster do
lindo,
Justin
maravilhoso.
Bieber. Não! Não! Olha só. Vamos lá. Tem a pergunta agora do Kleber aqui. Qual foi o maior desafio seu morando nos Estados Unidos? O listening ou o speaking? Na verdade,
Ah,
mas vai lá. Fala aí, depois eu dou uma.
acho que eu não tenho uma... Acho que pra mim o pior foi escrever. Ainda tenho problema com, assim, eu leio e escrevo português muito melhor do que... Eu acho muito melhor do que eu escrevo e leio em inglês.
Uhum.
E não assim, coisa normal, tipo text message, eu posso falar com as pessoas, eu posso escrever um texto sobre mim, sabe? Mas se você pedir para eu, assim, na escola, como é tudo certinho, você tem que falar o grammar, tem que ter a gramática certa, tudo. Eu ainda tenho muita dificuldade nisso. Lendo eu tô bom sobre o também. Acho que escrever é a pior, é mais difícil.
Eu acho que a habilidade mais difícil é a última a ser desenvolvida mesmo, porque ela tem as suas regras próprias, né? E você tem que
Uhum,
respeitar diversas questões lá. Quando falado, você não precisa, mas aí tem a questão da pontuação, tem a questão da
uhum,
organização, da estrutura. Até em português mesmo, é uma
uhum,
habilidade mesmo que com muito treino você desenvolve. Mas é claro que você tem que ler
uhum.
bastante também
Isso.
para poder te ajudar aí com isso.
E outra que tem
Pergunta da...
palavra,
Pode
tem
falar.
palavra em inglês que você fala de um jeito que você, quando você vai escrever, é absolutamente diferente. Tipo,
Dá.
laugh. Eu achava estranhíssimo aquele GH,
Isso
gente. Eu
acontece
ficava
toda
assim,
hora.
oh my god, é horrível. É muito ruim essas palavras. E as
É,
palavras
tanto é
que escreve do mesmo jeito, mas que tem um som diferente. O inglês é uma língua
Exatamente.
doida.
É por isso que vocês têm aí esse concurso aí tão valorizado de spelling, né? O Spelling Bee.
Uhum.
É isso nas
É
escolas e tal.
difícil.
É, é muito complicado. Muito complicado mesmo. Mas vamos lá, tem uma pergunta aqui da Lidiane Veríssimo, também aluna. Se você... Eu vou ler da forma que está aqui, que talvez eu não tenha entendido também. Se ela pode, de alguma forma, dividir a fluência dela em fases, como se fossem níveis de fluência.
Hum.
E como ela avaliaria em cada nível qual a dificuldade que ela tinha e cada um que ela fez para superar, para avançar. Então, por exemplo, o seu nível de fluência, você consegue colocar ele em níveis, assim, o seu aprendizado, o seu desenvolvimento, você consegue colocar ele em níveis, tipo, no primeiro foi uma coisa mais assim, tipo nível 1, e depois foi um nível 2, você consegue mensurar isso
Eu
ou
posso
não, você
tentar.
não tem essa percepção?
Eu posso tentar.
Acho que eu nunca prestei atenção nisso, assim.
Aham. Não, quando eu mudei pra cá foi definitivamente o nível mais difícil. Como eu falei, eu usava Google pra tudo. Acho que esse seria o nível 1. Que na escola eu
Uhum.
lembro que a minha professora, eu tinha uma professora de história que ela se sentia tão she felt bad for me. Ela sentia, como é que fala?
Repete a palavra que
Não
você usou? Não
mal.
entendi.
She felt bad for me.
Ah, ela
Ela
se
sentia
sentia
mal,
mal,
né?
sentia
Ela se
mal ao ver
sentia mal
alguma
pela
coisa que
minha
você... É isso
situação,
aí.
né?
Isso.
Aí o que ela fazia comigo, ela me dava A em tudo.
Caramba!
Tipo, no complaints, nenhuma reclamação disso, mas ela me dava A em tudo pelo esforço e ela me botava lá atrás na classe e ela me dava o livro de história, o que eles estavam trabalhando, ela me dava o livro e botava o CD dentro do computador e eu ficava escutando as palavras e lendo ao mesmo tempo e aí ela me dava um A. E se eu tentasse na prova e eu conseguisse pelo menos um C, por causa da minha língua, ela me ajudava e ela me dava até eu conseguir um A, entendeu? Essa professora foi muito importante para mim. A segunda fase, eu acho que seria um, o dia que eu, sem ser aquela fase da música, que eu já estava bem fluente para lá, quando eu escutei a música no rádio e eu falei, nossa, eu estou entendendo tudo. Eu acho
Uhum.
que foi bem antes disso também, na sexta série. Acho que já devia ter uns 6 anos, 6 meses, 6 anos, 6 meses que eu estava aqui. Já estava acabando o ano e eu tinha aula de computador e a minha professora chegou na classe uma vez e ela falou assim, eu vi isso aqui numa loja, eu tenho um presente para uma pessoa, que ela começou a falar assim um monte de coisa boa. Eu falei, deve ser uma das meninas que tira ata toda hora, né? As menininhas fica é, que fica em cima da professora, sabe? Aquelas menininha chata. E ela virou pra mim e
Sei.
ela falou, pra você. Eu falei, como assim? E ela falou, Natália, você tá falando inglês. Você, quando chegou aqui, eu não consegui nem falar com você, não sei o que. Eu lembro, eu quase chorei na frente de todo mundo. Foi, assim, uma experiência muito legal. 6 meses eu tava com acento, gente, sotaque bem forte, mas eu já conseguia falar. Acho que essa seria a segunda fase. Terceira foi a do rádio, que eu já estava falando, e a quarta acho que seria agora, né? As pessoas que, quando eu falo para elas que eu não falava inglês, elas falam, nossa, Nunca que eu ia saber se você não tivesse me falado. Eu acho isso bem legal.
É isso
Acho
aí.
que é isso.
Né?
Tô tentando. I'm
Não,
trying.
tá. Não, e já chegou lá. Essa barreira aí você já venceu. Foi bem mais, claro, eu acho que foi bem mais desafiador para você do que foi, por exemplo, para o seu irmão e para sua irmã, né? Porque eles já chegaram aqui
Sim, mas,
bem, eles chegaram lá bem pequenininhos.
sim, mas a Nicole, acho que ela teve um. Ela sofreu uma palavra muito forte, mas por falta de outra palavra, ela sofreu bastante quando a gente chegou aqui, porque ela tinha começado a ir na escola agora, né? Ela tinha o quê?
Uhum.
4 anos de idade, eu acho. A gente não achou que ia ser assim, uma diferença muito grande, mas ela ia para a escola e a gente colocava ela no ônibus amarelo, e ela chorava, ela não queria entrar, ela não deixava a gente botar ela dentro do ônibus, ela chorava,
Tadinho.
chorava, chorava. E aí a minha mãe teve que começar a ir pra escola com ela. Minha mãe não falava inglês e ela não falava inglês. E a minha mãe teve que começar a ir pra escola e tentar sair de fininho. E ela chegava em casa e ela falava, eu quero voltar pro Brasil, eu quero voltar. E você imagina uma criancinha de 4 anos falando isso, dava dó
Caramba,
dela, né?
eu não sabia, porque para mim ela, pelo simples fato, porque ela foi a mais novinha de todas, né?
Uhum.
Sim,
As
e
amiguinhas falavam com ela e ela virava pra minha mãe e chorava, chorava. As menininhas da classe dela tentava falar com ela, ela chorava. E eu ficava assim, mãe, não consigo olhar pra ela chorando, ela tô pequenininha. Mas deu 3 meses, você perguntava pra ela se ela queria voltar pro Brasil, a menina nem sabia mais o que era Brasil.
se adaptou rapidamente, né?
É.
E o Little John também?
Ah, o João é igual a eu, ele sai falando, não tem vergonha de nada. A gente aprende na marra, eu e o
Eu vi
João,
o
né?
vídeo dele lá, ele imitando o Paul lá. Não é
O
qual é
Jake Paul?
o nome do irmão dele? Tem o
Jake
Logan,
Paul? É o
Jake,
Logan e o Jake.
é mesmo. Péssimas influências aí, mas fazer o quê, né?
Yup. Nicole já comprou ticket pra ir ver ele de novo. Eu vou chorar aqui. Poxa.
Caramba!
Aham,
Depois
pois é.
daquela?
Mas aquela foi de graça, né? Então, assim, ela
Ah,
falou,
tá.
não, a gente compra dessa vez porque a gente vai ver ele garantido. Aí eu falei assim, eu não vou não, você pode ir sozinha.
Mas você vai com ela, que eu sei. Beleza, deixa eu ver se o pessoal aqui tem mais alguma pergunta. Eu não sei se ela saberia responder isso, cara. Para quem tem familiares nos Estados Unidos, é mais fácil emigrar ou não? Aí eu não sei, é uma questão muito mais técnica, eu acho que
Depende.
é.
Depende se a pessoa que você tem, se você tem família aqui que tem papel. Se ela tiver papel, é mais fácil, mas ainda é difícil, né? Principalmente com o Trump agora, ele tá fazendo as regras bem mais difíceis para você ser cidadão agora
Agora você
aqui.
tem que falar inglês também.
Isso, você precisa falar inglês, você precisa, ele tá botando muitos mais requirements. Como é que fala?
Uhum.
Requirements?
Botando mais exigências aí, botando mais.
Exigências,
Aham.
isso.
Isso,
Uhum.
isso. Eu acho legal. Eu acho legal. A questão de você, pelo menos, ter um nível legal de inglês e tal. Mesmo porque se você vai para ir para uma faculdade e tal, você já tem que fazer alguma prova, um TOEFL e tal.
Uhum.
Mas eu tenho um nível, pelo menos, básico, assim, de inglês, eu acho interessante. Eu acho
É.
interessante. Mas é claro que aí é dele lá, entendeu? Um, did you get back? Ah, tá. Não, a gente já vai terminar aqui, cara. Ela tem que ir também. Foi o Bruno que perguntou. Tem o Leandro Oriente perguntou aqui: Could you get back to speak English?
We could, if you want me to.
Yeah, Leandro, since you want that, get us a question because we are almost through here. Eh, okay. What kind of music would you recommend? For people here who want to learn English.
I would not recommend rock, punk, or anything that's too fast for you to understand. Probably pop, because that's popular music. You would hear it a lot, and the more you hear something, the more you know what it is, and it'll be easier for you to when someone says the word in the song, it'll be easier for you to know it if you listen to something that you understand.
Yeah, and he said here, Leandro said, except Justin Bieber, please.
Well, yeah, just any pop music. I feel like it's the best for you because that's what people know most. That's what it'll be easier for you to understand because it's slower than the other kinds. Maybe jazz. I don't know.
Tell us a little bit about your channel here on YouTube.
Oh yeah. I have a YouTube channel. It's just my name, Nat Curry. I started about a year ago, and I make skits. Like I'm actually making a video soon on dumb questions I get for being Brazilian. I get really dumb questions from Americans all the time. So I'm making a video on that if you are interested. I make vlogs just like my everyday life. I make videos with my parents and my friends. I sing. I do singing videos as well. It's just a little bit of everything I like.
You play any musical instrument?
I don't. I wish I did. I actually did guitar lessons for a little bit, but I'm not very good. I wouldn't say I'm not good enough that I would say I play guitar. But I'm planning on learning because I want to pursue music for college, so I'm gonna
that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Kleber is saying here that he met some Brazilians there in the United States, and they have been there for 20 years, and they don't speak English very well.
Yeah, for adults, it's actually a lot harder to learn English, even if they live here. Especially, I don't know what it is with Brazilian adults. They like to just surround themselves to Brazilian adults, and that is not helpful for you if you want to learn a language. You have to surround yourself by it. It's kind of like because you've lived most of your life in Portuguese, it would take a lot longer for you to learn a complete different language. Just like for my siblings, because they hadn't learned yet how to read and write, they learned it in English. So right now, like their English is way better than Portuguese, even though they were born in Brazil. So it really depends on the age and your motivation and who you surround yourself with.
Nice. I'm sharing here a link to your channel and in the chat, and I'm gonna have the link here in the description too, so people can go there and check. Yeah, and subscribe to her channel too. It's a very nice channel. I have learned a lot of new expressions there, new vocabulary, and I have had some fun too. That one that you had with your dad, the one about the poop story, right?
Oh man.
That was really cool.
Times.
Yeah, and obviously the vlog when you guys went to this Logan Paul there thing.
Oh yeah.
What is the name of that? Is a pop-up shop, right?
It was a pop-up shop. They have that a lot here in New York. If a store just is like online or something.
Yeah, he really popped up, but it was really fast.
Yeah, he barely popped up.
Yes. No, but I have seen
5 minutes or less.
I don't know, yeah, but he was really there. Some people say he's like a millionaire now. He has a lot of money now. Is that true?
Oh yeah, YouTube makes money here. People are really like internet is taking over here in the US. They call themselves social media influencers. Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, anything that you do in these three like can get you money depending on how many likes, how many views you get. People will pay you to do advertisement and all that. A lot of people are actually making this like their jobs, like they're living from YouTube and Instagram and Snapchat.
Nice. I see the channels that are some channels that are very popular here on YouTube are channels of people singing songs, like covers, right? Is that what you want to do there too? Is that what you want to have later?
Yeah, I actually started on Instagram and YouTube as just like a singing and music channel, but I don't like have the like right materials for everything. So now that I'm working, I'm saving up and I want to really improve my covers, like have a microphone and everything. I just want to put like what's best out there. So I stopped doing that for a while and I'm just doing like a couple of fun videos because I enjoy making those as well. But I want my channel to be like a little bit of everything. So yeah, definitely a lot of music and just like funny videos, I guess.
Really nice, really nice. Again, the name, your name there on YouTube is Nat Curry, right? Natcuri. I thought it was Y, but actually it's I.
Everyone thinks that. There's actually a famous basketball player with my last name is just spelled differently, and I can't even tell you how many times when I tell people my last name, they make jokes about it. Stephen Curry, I don't know if you know him. Or
No,
they'd
no,
say
I
that
don't
my
know.
name is like the Indian food, like curry, like the Indian food.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Americans have a lot of not funny jokes. It's just like, nah, like fake laugh. Like, come
Yes,
on.
I get it. uh, all right, all right. I would like to thank you for
Of course,
first of all accepting my invitation,
of
for
course.
showing up, not like Logan Paul, like just
Oh,
just
yep.
yeah.
Thank you for having me.
It was really nice. People enjoyed our conversation.
Good.
And I would like to say just some things here. I like your family a lot. I like your mom. I like your
Yes, of course.
dad. And although I don't know your brother and your little sister very well, I like them a lot too. I saw them when they were still babies, and when you still,
Mhm.
you would still take care of John. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
and
I still do.
yeah, and the most, yeah, and the memory I have of you here is when your dad called you. We were there in the I believe it was the kitchen. I don't know, and then he said sing it to him, and then you sang
Oh,
that this is me, right? Isn't that a song?
yep. That's the song. This is me. He made me do that here too. When I
Oh
didn't speak
yeah.
English and we just moved here, we went to visit the school I was going to, and the guidance counselor was showing us around, and my dad was like, "She sings in English," and I'm like, "Dad, no, I don't. Like, don't do that with me." I didn't speak English at the time, and I was like, "I'm gonna sing this," and he's gonna be like, "Let me act like I understood what she said." You know what I mean? And he made me sing to the guy, and the guy actually teared up, and I was like, "Oh, maybe he understood me." But it was so embarrassing. He does that a lot, actually. I'm more used to it now, but
Yeah,
my goodness.
interesting. It was embarrassing, but you always did it. Why?
Yeah.
It was because like my dad is just telling me to do it, or like what? Because tell the truth. Actually, you like that deep
I
inside. You
love
like that.
singing.
Yeah.
I love
So
singing. Depending on who I'm singing to, like if it's just something like someone like I don't know and he's just randomly asking me to sing to them, that's really nerve-wracking and but like I sing, so like why not,
and you sang a cappella again.
I did. I sang it a cappella. And he was the only person in the school, so it was very like acoustic in there and you could hear me like I bet if you were down the hall you could still hear me and I was just like, "Oh my god,
Wow.
dad." So
And
embarrassing.
I remember that video too of you being interviewed by a journalist there,
Oh,
and I
yes,
try to
in
find.
New York.
Yeah, you found that video, that a report or
It's in
something?
my
No,
mom's it's in my mom's timeline. I can maybe find it for you later. But
no, but I mean not them. Your mom recording the video. I mean
oh,
the
of them.
actual thing on a channel.
No, because I have no idea I didn't like I asked him the name and like by the time I got home I completely forgot and it was already past like when the news was on and I was really upset, but I actually had a friend text me and was like, "Were you in the news?" And I was like, "Oh my god, you saw me. I was actually on the news." And she was like, "Yeah, you were singing." And I was like, "Yeah, that's awkward." Hi.
It would be cool to have that, and maybe have that
It
on
was
your
dope.
channel someday.
I know, I have to find it. I'm really gonna search the internet for that. Thanks for reminding
Ah,
me.
all right. Thanks again,
Yeah, of
and
course.
I appreciate you coming here and spending time with us. And people have gone to your channel. Some people have subscribed,
Thank you guys.
and
Obrigada.
maybe we can do this again another day in the
Of
future.
course. Hmm.
All right. You have a good night there, and
You
thanks a
too,
lot again.
Eller. It was nice talking to you. Bye,
Likewise.
everybody.
Bye bye.